Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my number one son. He said Michael Anthony Fitness. You just couldn't hear him because he's facing the other direction. But as always, I want to thank you guys for being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. In fact, I go crazy without you guys. So I'm here thanking all you people, all you wonderful fans. Good morning. How are you doing? Dominique, I want to thank all of you great fans that have ordered shot glass racks because you guys have saved me. DMV, what's up, DMV, man? I'm just chilling in the workshop here, man. I'm building some shot glass racks. Trying to keep busy, trying to keep moving. What's up, brother? Michael Anthony Fitness. John W says, what's up, John? How you doing, man? We got some different orders, some stuff to do in here, so we're going to keep on working on this stuff. We're getting some crazy orders now. We got a new one, a house divided. It's half Packers, half Cowboys.
We didn't charge extra for the Packers.
He's trying to convert her. That's all I can say. He's trying. So
it's hard to convert somebody when they haven't won a Super Bowl in 30
new
years.
diehard fans to 75. Man, well, I've been dying for longer than that, man. I was born into the Cowboys. You know what's funny?
You were born when the first Super Bowl.
I had somebody this morning. It happened, I guess, in the middle of the night, who came through and said, you are a bandwagon fan and we don't need your ass. You are a closet Redskin fan who jumped on the Dallas Cowboys bandwagon and now you're bitching because you're about to jump onto another team. And we don't need you. And the reason he said that is because I was talking about the Carolina Panthers being a better run organization. See, you know what? What's up?
They said two was going to go to the Dolphins with that broken leg.
Well, they got a little extra they can play with.
Yeah, but
because they got 3 number 1 draft picks. You know,
but it's like, do you really want a guy who broke his hip 3 times and fractured his leg when he broke his hip one at a time?
I don't, but you got some Cowboy fans out there that are saying, get rid of Dak and trade him and go ahead and draft Tua. So I'm just curious though.
No, thank you.
Let's analyze some of the stupidity out here. I hate to go ahead and put somebody on blast, but I should do it as a whole video so that way I make sure he sees it. But let's be clear. There ain't been no bandwagon for the Dallas Cowboys since the 90s. Since the 90s. Yeah, we've had some minor success, but you can't look and say we've been doing incredible things since the 90s. If anything, you got to look at and say, at least over the last 4 years, we haven't had a losing season. Because you look at the 5 years before that, you know how many winning seasons we had? Let's think about this. The 5 seasons before the last 4, we had 1 winning season. We had 3 8-8s. We had a 4-12, and we had a 12-4. If anything, this has been better than the last 5. Right? Am I wrong on that? And if I were going to jump ship, which wouldn't even be conceivable or possible, with all the Cowboys, the fact that I talk about the Dallas Cowboys, if I were hypothetically to jump to the Redskins, which I believe they're even lower than we are, how would that work for me on YouTube? Everybody knows me with Cowboy Joe Boo. You know, and here's the thing, buddy. If you don't like what I'm serving, I know I live in the DMV area. You know, I'm not from Dallas, which makes it harder to be a Cowboy fan, okay? You know, ask my man PC76, who's in Philadelphia, being a Cowboy fan.
GC stands for Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, well, true.
Because we take over the joint.
You're ready for the draft? I'm ready for the draft, too. So, to say that I'm a closet Redskin fan, dude, No. I didn't root for the Redskins when they were winning Super Bowls and things in the 80s. Mark, if Dak doesn't show up to virtual things, doesn't that hurt him as well as the team? Yeah, it does.
It does, but he's not.
But Antoine. He right now is not an employee of the NFL. But didn't it hurt D-Law not getting his shoulder operated on? Didn't it hurt Zeke Elliott running in the sands in Cabo?
Oh, you're taking that nice vacation.
But it didn't hurt them as far as getting paid.
Oh, he'll get paid.
Right? It didn't, did it? It's nothing personal. It's business. I agree. But see, that's where, if you're saying, well, it's on Dak. Dak should understand it's going to hurt him. Yeah. But you know who else should understand that? The Dallas Cowboys should understand that. Wait a minute. Wait. Guys, Jerry, Steven, Will McClay, Mike McCarthy, they should all be sitting around and saying, won't it hurt Dak Prescott not being here for virtual OTAs? Well, shouldn't they be? Because you're putting it on Dak. Now, Dak, listen, he could have held out last year. He could have said last year, you know what? Wentz got his contract. Goff got his. I'm going to hold out now. Like Zeke Elliott did with 2 years left on his contract. Yeah, it did hurt those guys being... And that's why there should be a sense of urgency from the Cowboys to say, let's not repeat that mistake. So don't just throw it all on Dak. Because do you honestly feel... Here's the way I look at it. When you look at what everything has happened with every other quarterback in the NFL, every other quarterback, do you feel like he is treated the same as the other quarterbacks? I don't care if you're talking about good quarterbacks, average quarterbacks, or below average quarterbacks. I mean, Jacoby Brissett got $27 million last year himself. Jacoby Brissett, is he going to be a starter? Is he even going to be a starter? So you got to look at this and say, is he expected to take an unfair deal? I mean, why are we going to make him do that when we didn't with D-Law or Zeke Elliott? That's my point. Is let's be real here. He's not asking for $40 million. He's not asking for $40 million. They agree on the price. It's just a matter of years. So it should be with the Dallas Cowboys and say, you know what? This guy took the bullet for us. He didn't get paid last year. Let's go ahead and do the right thing.
They don't care about that. They want to put it in the public. Wait till the
Mark, do you think Jerry Jones did like Dak Prescott? I don't know what, it makes no sense to me.
Wait till the facilities open up next month, hopefully.
But see, if it were, here's where you would say, I'm going to give the Dallas Cowboys the benefit of the doubt. If what they were doing was working, if, being this way and running players through the ringer to get paid, if that was working and winning championships, you'd say, oh, okay, well, they have a plan. See, you can look at New England, and New England's like, we don't pay guys, but New England wins. So you can kind of say, well, what they're doing is working. With the Cowboys, it ain't working. We ain't won shit as you've been doing this stupid stuff. So you don't necessarily get the benefit of the doubt when you're not being successful. And right now, they're not being successful. You understand my point? Maybe they don't want to make the same mistake they made with D-Law and Zeke. But here's the difference. One, quarterbacks last longer than edge rushers and running backs. Two, you don't have the red flags that you had with, say, D-Law. D-Law, I love him, but D-Law had back surgery. D-Law had 2 good seasons. That's not comparing apples to oranges. And running backs, as Todd Gurley shows you, running backs have a short shelf life.
Well, it's not that. Zeke Elliott acts like a spoiled.
And Zeke Elliott.
He acts spoiled. It's like.
And I'm not hating on Zeke.
No, but he acts spoiled, though.
Zeke is an incredible player.
Yeah, but he acts spoiled.
Do you have the brush for the blue? I'm just looking. Where's all the brushes?
I cleaned I used that brush. I cleaned it.
Didn't I have some more that were new? Oh, they're behind those. Okay.
Yeah, but I cleaned that one.
So, you know, we're talking apples and oranges here because quarterback position is one of those positions that it's hard to find somebody. Do I think he'll probably pick up one late in the draft? Bottom line, I don't trust the front office when it comes to quarterback. Same guys that want, yeah, right. And it's funny to me, John. It's so funny to me that people are like, "Oh, let's get Tua." Dude's had 3 dislocated hips and a broken leg.
No, it was a fractured leg. Not
Fractured. Okay.
It was a broken.
Let's put it this way: this shit weren't normal. You know,
But
so
the thing is, a lot of teams don't have opportunity to look at him, so he's probably going to fall in the draft. I have a feeling he will, at least to the second day.
no Tua in the draft. You know, you might have a lot there on that one. But see, a lot of this is because of what the media does to vilify the Cowboys players. They get scrutinized worse than anybody else in the NFL.
Because they know they can make money.
That's right.
You don't make money talking about Odell Beckham Jr. You make money talking about Dallas Cowboys.
When you have a good quarterback, hold on him and give him the luxury. Yeah. The reality is had our defense gotten a couple of takeaways or our kicker made a few more kicks, we would have probably had about 10 wins. That's the difference. Or maybe if we had a coach that wasn't forever trying to run Zeke Elliott on first down up the freaking middle, maybe we would have done a little bit better there too.
Jason Garrett.
Well, and they did, and they fired him.
It's not Kellen Moore's fault that Jason Garrett likes to insert himself into the play calling.
Yeah. But it is what it is.
Does that beg the question though? Was Scott Linehan bad as it was, or was it because of Jason Garrett?
I think
a combination of both.
Scott Linehan has not had a track record of doing anything successful. He ran the Rams in the ground.
No, I didn't say
he was part of the Lions.
See, I never said he was good, but I said some of it because of Jason Garrett inserting himself. I never said he was good.
He was a head coach and got fired during the season. So, you know, the problem with this is the last coaching staff we had, with the exception of Chris Richard, you didn't have a pedigree of guys that were part of winning teams.
Chris Richard was good until he had that talk.
I said,
I
said Chris Richard was the only coach that you had that had a pedigree of being in Super Bowls. Nobody else in the Cowboys staff had.
After the Eagles game, when he got to that fight with the player that was hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, a conversation that he kind of toned down.
Yeah, he got
the ride back. He got the ride back.
Yeah, I don't blame him, and that's sad because he got screwed over by being on the Cowboys.
Of course he did because of the mentality.
So they're doing their mock draft. So
they still had 2.
Okay, they're doing a mock draft live. Okay, let's see who they have for the Cowboys. They're up to 10.
Hopefully
with
not
the Doo-Doo Browns. It won't be a wide receiver. There's too many. That would be a wasted pick, wide receiver, that soon because there's so many wide receivers, and that's not your biggest need.
I acknowledge this guy's a phenomenal athlete, but he has areas he needs to clean up. He oversets, which means, you know what that means? He's jumping out too far. He gets beat by up and under nose a bunch, and that worries me a little bit. So I had him as my third tackle, but I'm ecstatic that you just took him here because that leaves for the Jets.
Okay. That's that one. Okay, now wait.
Well, one of them you have to.
Okay, so I need.
I thought one of them you had to paint.
I got the black one out here.
One of them you have to paint the yellow.
Yeah, no, I'm getting ready to do that one now. That's that one. No, I'm just trying to make sure that I have. So I got a white one for this one. I got a white one for that one. I got a white one for that one. I got a white one. Okay, so I got enough of those. Do I have a 6? Oh no, I got right here. Here's the 6th one right here. Okay, so I need another 6th one painted. white, and I need another coat of paint on this one. And I got those two. Okay, so yeah, we're good.
We have 4 of them.
I'm just trying to figure out what we need to order up it. You know, what I mean, get up here built.
Okay. Well, he got this one too.
Yeah, but leave that one gray for now. But I need another white one. Oops. Sorry, didn't mean to kick you guys. No, so I haven't seen the shows this morning, but everybody's been texting me and telling me that they've been trashing my quarterback, Dak Prescott, all day and saying that should be traded and he's a bum and he's poor example and, you know, this, that, and the other. How can Cowboys fans be so negative towards our... You know, we could have had Johnny Manziel. We could have had Johnny Manziel. Think about that, guys. Skip has been trashing. You know, here's the bottom line.
He makes money.
They ain't shit to talk about. So what do? Well, let's talk about Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. They shouldn't have made the mistake of paying Zeke or D-Law. Well, here's the thing. You know, it may not have been a mistake. If they get their act together, you know, we already know Zeke is already working out and he wants to play and everything else. And hopefully D-Law will get hungry and now he's got time for that shoulder to heal. These guys can come out and play lights out next year. And then, you know, after Christian McCaffrey getting more money than Zeke, you know, there is Barkley out there and now there's more money. It may end up looking end of next year like those guys are bargains. So I'm not going to say it was a mistake just yet. It was a mistake for them not to pay Dak. Because if they paid Dak last year, he'd been under $30 million. And we wouldn't have the discussion. He wouldn't be thrown under the bus by everybody in the media. And you wouldn't have the Cowboys looking dysfunctional like they are. That's the Cowboys' mistake. Where did the gold go for the... I'm losing my mind. I can't find it. Damn. This is gonna hurt to have to do this shit, man.
I would have charged the man more.
He's already suffering. He's got that Packer wife.
Oh yeah, who won a Super Bowl in our house? Oh yeah, house for losers. Yeah.
Careful, mate. They're gonna start saying that you are a Dallas Cowboy hater.
Well, I'm not the one
that you're a bandwagon fan.
I'm not the one that said that. Charles Haley was the one that first said that. I'm going by what your buddy Charles.
You know Charles Haley played for the 49ers, so maybe he's really a hater too.
Hey, but he has how many Super Bowls?
5.
Exactly. So that man knows what he's talking about.
Medicare Advantage plans are now available. Did you know you may now be eligible for additional Medicare approved benefits, including dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage? The toll-free Medicare benefits and questions line is now open.
So, back to my original question. How much are the shot glasses? The keep your ass at home are $3.99 for one, or you can get 4 for $14.99. That's the best bargain on. I have them on sale because I'm trying to keep everybody's ass at home. Now, they're free. They're free if you order a shot glass rack. I'll send you one of those then, too.
Did you know you may be eligible for additional benefits with a Medicare Advantage plan that includes additional benefits like dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage?
This looks like Redskins gold.
It's supposed to look like cheese.
Yeah, maybe I should put some holes in it, like Swiss cheese. What do you?
The paint some one day.
Put some holes in it so it's a pack cheese. How's everybody doing on this hump day? Now, what I'm told, and you can take it however you want to, People will say I'm not an insider or anything. It's a joke, but maybe you had a great idea since there are 5 years. 5 years for $250 million. Wait a minute, it was a joke. You're good with actually, yeah, 5 years, 250. Yeah, you know what? I tell you what, let the Cowboys end up not getting a deal done, and he plays on the franchise tag. It might be that next year. It might just be that. So do you guys feel that Dak Prescott is getting the criticism that he deserves?
Every touchdown from every game from every week. Relive all the excitement. That's big time there. It's 17 days of football heaven. NFL Red Zone Replay. April 6th through 20th.
This is going to be interesting to see how this comes out, having the two colors on here. It really is. I can't wait to actually see this.
In this one simple call, they offer to enroll me in a plan that includes rides to medical appointments, private home aid, doctors and nurses visits by telephone, and even home delivered meals. The plan also includes dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage, all at no additional cost.
Don't delay. Call to see if the new benefits are available in your area.
Call the number on your screen now. It's free.
Okay.
8500. That's 1-800-82-8500.
All right. Let your ass drive over here.
With that, Mock Draft Live is the 14th overall pick.
All right, 14 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady,
Okay.
quarterback.
So that's got Tampa Bay will have to get an offensive lineman. They got to protect
Let's just keep Brady upright.
Protect Tom Brady. They're doing a mock draft on NFL Network.
Going to be relevant this year. So Brady's the quarterback, not Blaine Gabbert. They have a good offensive line. I don't think it's a
Yeah,
terrible.
well, that's what I said. An offensive tackle.
Thomas, tackle, complete
Andrew Thomas. That would be a good pick for them because you don't bring in Tom Brady and then have a crappy line like you had for James Winston. That one is a no-brainer. So, Mike, what's going on your channel these days?
Not much.
Not much. Why not much? Didn't you just get channel memberships?
For 1 or 2 years, and you're not going to draft his replacement before the round. You're going to draft somebody from the So
You got channel memberships now, so definitely check out Michael Anthony's Fitness. He's getting ready to do some big things, aren't you? No? So, let's see who's up in here in the chat. Let's see. Q, what's up, man? Doesn't deserve it, but this is what Dallas does. Antoine, I have to agree with you on that one. Mark, you think the Broncos will get Jameis Winston? Well, you know, it's amazing how
Well, he'll be
a
a good.
former number one pick is not even considered a starter anymore.
Hey, but
And that should let you guys know. I play the
He'll be a good
role
backup to that-
of doing
to that.
everything right, and I get treated like this. Antoine, damn, does the world come to an end? You and I agree. That's the thing that bothers me on this thing, because it seems like, I guess maybe it's true that nice guys finish last, and the Cowboys figure, well, don't worry, Dak is going to always be there. Dak's not going to hold out. Dak's going to show up. Dak is a team player. We got to take care of Zeke because, you know, he's a wild card. He may not show up, so let's go ahead and make sure he's there. But they hurt themselves last year. Let's be 100 and let's be real. You can't tell me that they were 100% all season and they had the mentality of, we going to do this. You know, I tell you what was in shape last year for D-Law was his mouth. His mouth was in great shape. He didn't miss a beat. You know, we gonna do this. We gonna do that. We the hot boys. But when it came to playing on the field,
No. Wait till mom had a talk
yeah.
with him.
When your mama tells you, shut up and do your job, you might want to look in the mirror. You might want to look in the mirror and say, what mama? Wait, what I do? What I do, mama? Seriously.
You do too much talk.
You're too much damn talking. Oh, damn, we have to, okay. Falcons. They get AJ Ensley. Okay, so let's see who they got in the Cowboys. Special mock draft.
Kind of go back to what the Niners used to do.
All right, let's see.
Justin Smith and Albert Smith.
Cowboy and all of them.
Yeah, how about that?
All right, let me turn it up. Let me turn it, not
Let's
turn
see
it up,
how-
party,
see how
turn it
it all
up.
goes. But I like that. I like that.
Okay, let's see.
Let's get to you just
The
went
Dallas
I got
Cowboys.
your fighting Dallas Cowboys here. I might switch it up on you here, Shrikes.
Okay, what do we
Here we go.
Because I think everything's kind of pointing towards defense. You know, you can look at corner, another edge rusher to come opposite of Lawrence, DeMarcus Lawrence. But I'm going to say, man, they're getting ready to scratch a big check for Dak Prescott. Big check.
Wow.
So
you going there?
I'm not going to take a quarterback.
Okay.
I'm going to get somebody to help my quarterback. I'm going to take Justin Jefferson from LSU
Love it.
and give Dak Prescott another weapon in this
Nah.
offense. You bring back Amari Cooper.
You got more weapons than almost anybody in the NFL. You got two really good receivers. You got one of the best running backs in football.
Let's get some more
You got a
firepower.
decent offensive line.
Justin Jefferson.
You got a lot of weapons.
Hey, his numbers
Nah.
their last year are silly. I think he had 18 touchdowns, 111 receptions, and I
But then
talked
again,
to
it's the Dallas
offensive
Cowboys.
coach going into the
Who
wide
knows
receiver drill saying,
what they'll do.
he's really good, but that offense was loaded, and like you'll see when he does his measurements, he's not as fast as maybe.
I don't know why Sig does that sometimes.
I'm already like setting the table. Like I love
Jeff Heath was a hard hitter. Jeff Heath was also hurt. But you know what? Jeff Heath, as much crap as that guy gets, that guy played hurt most of the season. That Eagle game, he played with two separated shoulders. He got helped off the field and came back, where we had Zeke Elliott.
After Fletcher, after Fletcher Cox got hurt, you had
Right.
a break. You had a break. And they're dealing with
Hey,
Fletcher
we're at the
Cox.
Dolphins right now. Okay, so we got.
Browns bring back classic uniforms.
Get to it. He's gonna fall
And
to
now
the
I'm
second
thinking,
round.
what else do I feel like they still need some offensive firepower, but everyone.
Yes, Heath was a hitter.
I did a mock
They-
draft.
They picked what? They ain't going wide receiver. Amen, amen. We're getting homeboy from LSU. Tony Pollard is going to be the next slot receiver. Jet D, Mr. Antoine coming through with the facts. I wish the Cowboys kept Jeff Heath.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna go with a bit of a reach. Tell me if you think
What's up,
it's
Jet?
early for this player, but I think he's 20 years old, super athletic out of USC, Austin Jackson. Too early or no at 18?
I think it's a little early based off how he played last year.
Doing a draft roundtable tonight. Would love for me to get on. Let me hit the Cowboys conglomerate. Let me know what time. And I'll see if I can get some time away from Mama. You know, for a bit. I might be able to jump in for a little while.
He's a 20-year-old kid, one of the youngest players in the draft.
What up,
So
Jet?
there's more to come with him, but it's-
Thank you for your service, Heath, but we need to make up for that position by drafting a better player. Yeah, but see now safety. See, I think you get a really good safety in the second round. Remember, we picked late in the second round. We could have Warren Thornhill. There are all kind of safeties there late.
You got the man who. Oh, you know what I found
The list
out,
goes
too?
on and on and on and
You know what I
on.
found out, Dan?
What did you find
So it's
out?
rumors that Isaiah Thomas, or whoever the guy from the NBA was,
Isaiah Thomas.
actually cussed out
Tristan Hill?
Tristan Hill after he fell asleep during the meeting.
Where'd you hear that? I didn't hear that one. That part of it.
He
He should have been cussed out.
I think he
It's
did.
like,
He did. He cussed out.
You ain't busted a grape in the NFL. Your ass is sleeping in here when you should be learning. I'd be cussing his ass out too. The coaches should have been cussing his ass out. No. And the fact that he got away with that and it wasn't until he showed up late for
No,
practice.
they didn't cuss him out.
See, and that's why the Cowboys
No, they didn't cuss
herein
him out and
lies
send him home. Him and somebody else
Yeah.
sent home.
herein lies part of the problem for last year. People weren't held accountable. So when Zeke Elliott says, you know what, I don't need to be out here right now. Give me a blow.
He has the
Okay.
freedom. He has the freedom.
Freedom. You got the
That's what
freedom.
Joe Aikman said.
Yo.
He has the freedom.
Zeke, the game's on the line. I need your ass out there.
It's like, nah.
I need your ass out there right now. You can take a break after we win the game.
You can take a break
But,
after
oh,
this
you
play.
need a break. Okay,
You gotta take a
Zeke,
break
you
after
get
you
your
got
break.
What happened to
No.
a fullback?
Accountability. You got to be held accountable for your actions. So
since 1926.
We just gotta wait for the shit to dry, don't
Yeah,
we?
just put another coat on. About
Here
it.
in person during trying times.
Yeah, this is gonna be.
Today, being on your side means staying home.
Yeah, it's still wet. So I might need to put one more on the green, because that green is deep.
We're getting refunds.
Maybe one more coat on the white.
Let it dry
Assist the
first.
customers with financial hardships.
Yeah.
What's that they
So-
rise about an hour?
So we gonna go ahead and let this stuff dry, and then come out here, put some more coats on, so we can get these things out the door. We got a whole bunch of stuff on it, but I just wanted to drop in and ask you guys: do you feel that Dak Prescott is being treated fairly in the media and stuff?
Everything can change.
Me, we all know where I go, and
I start this foundation to help you reach your goals. No matter if we have to dish out 100 school books, 100 book bags.
Wakefield may not last to the second round.
Tell people to.
At Sprint,
You disagree? No, Jet.
employees,
You don't, Jet. I disagree with that statement. You do not disagree with. We do not disagree. That's a lie.
Sprint.com makes shopping easy
Uh,
by offering free next day shipping and no
They're saying he's putting personal gains in front of winning.
the amazing iPhone 11 for just $15 a month. When you
Really?
switch. For now, Sprint.com is
You feel that way about him?
learn about our plans, buy
Personal
our
gains.
get the services you need. Stay
You got a
happy.
guy who's played
Sprint.com today.
every game in his NFL career, including being injured. A guy who hasn't been compensated anywhere near the rest of the NFL. And now we're saying that that guy is selfish. That's where we are with that. And it's amazing because, and this is where I say, this is the Dallas Cowboys do. Whenever it's time for somebody to get paid, they trash them. You run them through the ringers. And you know, there's a lot of people that don't look D-Law the same after that situation last year, or Zeke Elliott the same. And that's on the Dallas Cowboys. You know, Christian McCaffrey, he wasn't put through there. Jared Goff wasn't. Carson Wentz. None of these guys are put through like that. No, I don't think he is treated fairly either, Mark, but hey, the media loves to trash Jerry Jones players to the fullest. And Jerry Jones, of course, too. He's in that as well. But Jerry brings a lot of that on himself. You know, if you want to be the man, you're going to have to take the trash with it. You know, it's just, you put yourself out there, you're going to get it. That's just the way it is. Yeah, and Jerry Jones created that big pile of money, too, with that circus, too. So that's what you also have to look at as well. All right, guys. I'm going to go in here. I'll be back later on. Yeah, and I agree with you. And see, again, the funny thing is had Marcus Spears not trashed Dak, would we be talking about Marcus Spears? Would we be talking about Dan Orlovsky if it weren't for him trashing Dak Prescott? And see, this is where ESPN has now become TMZ. That's what they really are now. So I'll catch you guys a little bit later. We'll see if there's any other news on Alvin Kamara. Says about Christian McCaffrey, I just play football. So in other words, I'm not worried about the Saints taking care of me. You know, I don't have to worry about having to hold out. I just play football and I get taken care of. But I'm going to catch you guys later on. Peace.